friends, namaste. Thanks for joining me. I wish you all a beautiful day on this gorgeous day of life, and I'm grateful for you joining me in my little space here, my little private video, or not private but public video, live video on Facebook, which I'll be sharing on YouTube. So yeah, my name is Owen Fox. I live in Ireland, and my passion is spirituality and personal evolution and growth, healing, personal development and expansion of our spirit, or you can potentially say our soul, and our consciousness especially. Expansion of our frequency, energy, vibration and consciousness. And it's the orientation, it's my gravitation and pull and passion to go towards unity, consciousness, and my heart towards love, towards unconditional, true, empowered, powerful, wisdom-based love and self-love and unconditional love to others, while also having the wisdom, like I mentioned, to have stuff like healthy boundaries of care and protection based on self-love, self-protection. But what I found another layer is sometimes you have to, with wisdom and experience I've learned, sometimes having a deeper sense of care and unconditional love to others who are struggling, who may need something to more than you need your typical self-care or what you're entitled to, what's your right. Sometimes I have to be a bit flexible or make an exception, put myself second for a little bit. And that's where wisdom and unconditional love, especially wisdom and unconditional love, come in together to make an exception, where usually you'd have to say under an ordinary circumstance, say you're overstepping my boundary for my right towards this, and I'd say, okay, take a nice deep breath with me and say, I understand, I feel it in my heart, I understand, this is your need in your moment of struggle or strain right now, and I'm willing and able, and I don't need my typical thing right now, and I can put you first. This is what my heart would say. So under an ordinary circumstance, more an unhealed ego in myself, unhealed childhood trauma, pain body, shadow, that part of me saying, how dare you overcross my boundary, this is my right. But it takes a lot of knowledge and wisdom and understanding and experience, for me, in my experience, to know when is the right time to get upset and to fight for your boundary, or when is the time to breathe deeper and take a step back for a minute and put down the swords and shields and be a big powerhouse of unconditional love, a lighthouse that stands strong all by itself without needing things from people at a particular exact moment. That's been a big challenge for me. It's a big challenge for everybody, I feel. See, challenges come in different stages, and after I've learned stuff like self-love, self-care to a high degree, unconditional love to a high enough degree as well, and boundaries to a good degree also, for a very long time, because I started my awakening 15 years ago, my first one. Then there's also nuances and fine-tuning. Like after sculpting, there's also polishing, and I feel like I'm a mixture of sculpting and quite a lot of polishing, fine-tuning doing as well. So there's more advanced lessons that most people will be learning, and I've come here for that, and I want that. I even asked for it. So yeah, there's like deeper levels. Everything is about layers, levels, and degrees, my friends. When you think you've arrived, there's more polishing and nuances and fine-tuning to do. And that will lead to finer, higher vibrations for sure. And I'm not pretending I'm on the top of the pyramid or top of the mountain either. Overall on Earth, I'd say I am, because Earth is such a mixture, it's such heavy, dark, lower energies too, which is meant to be. So, well, if I compare me to like an advanced civilization, I'd be like proper advanced civilization ETs who are like truly like very deeply healed, wise, and they're raised properly and helped truly, deeply, beautifully and powerfully as children from the beginning, where they learn wisdom and proper stuff we don't learn in school at all. Then I'll be at the bottom of the pyramid. So I've no problem with saying like where I'm at. It's okay. It's all good. Let's take another deep breath with me, my friends. shallow breaths, we'll think shallow thoughts. Absolutely. And we take deep breaths, we'll think deep thoughts, and have deeper feelings and deeper connection. It's very powerful. So that's one thing to do, I'd say, in terms of any conflict, challenge, strife, pain body, ego coming up. Take a step back, speak less, be quieter, and take deeper breaths. That'll help you enormously. Truly, help me. Anyway, I love you all, care for you all so much. I'm just one of you. We're all in it together. You're one of me. I'm together with everybody, with the crowd. I even live literally in the crowd of urban life, whereas other people who are really interested in spirituality sometimes want to have quietness, privacy and seclusion in caves, mountains, forests, or the countryside, like proper deep countryside and stay to themselves. I'm in the middle of it all, and that's just the path that I've chosen, because I am a very people, extroverted type of person. But I'm also balanced, and I need and want my introvert quiet time to recharge, recuperate, and to be creative, like writing books, videos like this to help empower and to be of service to not just the local community, but to everyone, worldwide humanity. Yeah, I drive barefoot. I drive topless often, typically. I run around sometimes town or the streets, occasionally just a little bit to the shop from my car, barefoot. Feet are strong. I like to run barefoot in general if I can, but not on the streets where I live, because it's a bit too pokey pavements or sidewalks, to be honest, or the roads, pebbles. But I will do that barefoot, but I also will do it in my running shoes and socks. But yeah, getting back to what I was going to say in this video, what did I originally start this video for? Well, I usually always deeply in my flow, to be honest, deeply in my inspired, creative, spontaneous thoughts, so it doesn't hold a rigid structure or direction. I go with the flow, because in all truthfulness, the momentary change between people and relationships is in absolute flow. Like, it goes in all different directions depending on what people think and how their mood changes. This could be upsetting or bothering one minute, or they want to do this, and then another minute it could be children or multiple adults. All sorts of things happen, and it's all flow. It's all absolute flow. Life is flow. Life is colourful and abstract. Life isn't like a straight line. Absolutely not. And we gotta learn to practice and balance our hemispheres of our brain, and practice right brain, left brain, logic, creativity, colour, and more black and white. You gotta learn how to think inside the box. Learn to think outside the box and be a free thinker and think for yourself, and break free of the chains and shackles of conditions, programmed, brainwashed, deliberate psycho operation. That's such a funny word. By the old world order. That's one of the most powerful things you can do, because if you don't, you're just under control by what you've been subjected to by the media and the conditioning of school and TV, magazines, pictures, social media, and what other people say you've been programmed to. Constant programming and conditioning of how life is, what we're capable of, what's normal, what's to be expected, the way life turns out, what you do when you're young, what you're supposed to when you're middle-aged, what age you're supposed to die at, when you start getting sick or diseases, what's the normal modality to health, what you're supposed to be eating, what's good for you, what's bad for you, what's normal. That's all programming, all conditioning. Kind of brainwashing. Brainwashing is more like, you empty, you clear your mind. So that's not the exact conditioning and programming though. It is programming, like a computer. You program, you put in the information, there you go. Autopilot type of stuff. So breaking free from reactions on autopilot and fight or flight, and deep breathing deeper, because we've been conditioned to totally breathe shallow. Let's take a deep breath now, my friends. Breathing in and out of the nose is the best, to be honest, unless you're doing certain breathing exercises. But typically always breathing in and out of the nose, optimal during sleep included. Belly, chest, head, that order. Children and babies also breathe into the belly, by the way. You'll get good breathing there, good oxygenation. But then when you breathe, adults typically do shallow chest breathing, which is really bad. Bad for your health, bad for your mind, bad for your emotional state. Take a moment of silence, just for a second or two, okay? Just breathe with me or be aware with me. Balance stillness and no thought or meditation or allowing whatever thoughts come with thinking constantly. Take a break from thinking sometimes, or take a break from trying. It's okay if you think, as long as you're taking a break from trying to control what you're thinking or trying to get away from thoughts. Accept and allow what is to be on the outside and inwardly, emotionally and mentally. That's a very powerful meditation. It truly is. I learned that from Adi Ashanti. It's a kick-ass meditation / awareness practice / meditation. It's amazing. If you can accept and allow what is to be on the outside, you're empowered deeply more. And if you accept and allow your emotional upset or mental hyperactivity or mental activity, that is so empowering and peaceful too. So you stop the battle of trying to control, you stop the tension. Just allowing what is to be takes you out of trying to control and the struggle, the battle, the fight for control, and it brings inner peace. And couple that with deep breathing, you're gonna win. You're gonna win, as in like the quotation, the battle isn't with anyone on the outside, it's with yourself. The greatest battle isn't without, it's within. It's not with anyone else, it's with yourself. It's with your programming mind, like I said earlier. It's with your struggle against your emotions or against your mind. And it's also with your struggle and trying to control other people and life. Hence the power of practicing allowing what is to be. It's so powerful, my friends. It truly is. And please give this video a share right now if you're watching. There's 3 people watching. Give it a share, it's just important. People need to learn this stuff. We want the earth to rise to a higher frequency, higher consciousness. And that's what we're here to do as a team. Do our unique part in our unique words, in our unique actions and ways. To uplift and empower and enlighten. More lightness. More lightness of being, feeling more lighter, thinking lighter, eating lighter, leaving a lighter footprint where we go, emotionally and energetically. I like the way you make me shine bright. Do any of you like the song Dance Monkey? My daughter likes that, and sometimes we play it driving to school. Please just leave it down, type it in the comment box, please. I'd love to collaborate. If anyone would like to do any interviews, you're more than welcome to invite me, and I'm sure I'd be accepting, for the purpose of uplifting humanity and being of service to the world. I'd love to work with other people, share, collaborate, work together. There's power in numbers, in both group meditations and group focusing on the same thing, like peace, holding the same intentions, and just co-creating together. There's more power in numbers. It's in religious texts too, where 3 or more gather, that type of stuff. But the more the better. The earth is awakening. It really is. Before awakening and before childbirth and before personal healing, when things come up, which happened in 2020 and 21, that's where stuff's come to the surface of many of the dark things that have been happening on earth, so more of the public can learn about it. So the earth has, and the people have been going through fear cleanses, root chakra and emotional uprisings, root chakra clearing, and spiritual awakening. Every day, more and more people are awakening to who they truly are as a divine love being of joy and light, and fun and play and laughter and creativity, uniqueness, divine unique human beings. We're life forms. That's what we are. That's what consciousness is. Life. Some people use all other words, spirit, life in a physical form, in Avatar, like the film Avatar, or like the film The Matrix, okay? And the plant that I can see right now, the grass, the trees, the hedges, the birds, and the other humans, they're all just simply spirit or consciousness or life form, life force, life energy, awareness, life, stillness, living, being. It's all the same thing, just simply inhabiting different physical bodies or instruments during this temporary lifetime. The bodies pass, and the living being, the life, whatever consciousness or life is in, it'll stay and go back to the non-physical, to source, after the physical body fades and dies, wilts away. Passing on of someone here is a very tranquil and peaceful thing for nearly everybody. It's a beautiful thing. We find true inner peace for the first time. Well, not for the first time. We can do this in our lifetime. That's what I mean. With ascension, with raising our frequency, with healing, we can experience all this tranquility and joy and bliss and love and happiness and sacredness while we're alive. We don't have to wait till we're dying or dead. We can actually do it in the physical